What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm Andrew. This is Aggie. We're here at Nexus Jiu-Jitsu in Folsom, obviously. And today we're going to talk about a guard pass scenario. It's going to be less technically intensive than some of the other things that I've worked on, but it's more conceptual. And obviously, for me, at this stage in my jiu-jitsu, I prefer concepts over techniques. And I also think, personally, that concepts are much easier to fall back on than techniques. Techniques change every second. If you're thinking on a technical basis and not a conceptual basis, or on a specific theory versus general theory, you're going to have to switch your techniques and theories every second. You want to go for a butterfly sweep, they flip their hips. Now you got to switch to a half guard underhook sweep, and then they get a darce going. Now you got to fight against the darce. Technique versus technique, and it goes too fast. But if you're thinking conceptual, you can usually slow the game down and really work through processes. So that's what today will be. We're going to start with an open guard scenario where I'm putting them onto their back, playing a no-gi variation of kind of an X pass, or even some people might refer to it as somewhat of a Toreando. It's not quite a Toreando. And then what I'm going to do is wear my opponent out. I'm just going to really exhaust them by using weight and motion. Okay, this is something that Gordon Ryan has shown to be really, really effective. And in my game for the last 10, 15 years, it has helped me a lot, especially against bigger people. I'm not that big. I'm about 170, 175. And so when I'm going with these 200-pound, 220-pound guys, these good brown belts and black belts that I have at this gym, everybody's kind of big here, I have to use motions that can exhaust people while I'm doing them. Otherwise, I'm just getting thrown around left and right. So this technique has really helped me with wearing somebody down for about 20 or 30 seconds, finding my pass, and then really being able to establish dominance because they've gassed themselves trying to recover. Okay? So let's take a look at some of those ideas. So initially, when they're in seated open guard, my first goal usually is to put them on their back, right? So when I enter into the position, I'm in my bladed stance, and my foot is just out of range of their legs. If she extends a leg to try to touch my foot, well, now I have a big opening to step into. So I want to make it kind of rangy for them, right? So I'm not going here where now they can easily connect me with shin-on-shin guards and inside knee pulls and ankle picks and half guards and all sorts of stuff. I'm keeping it right outside the range. And now I'm going to squat low so I can get connected to her ankles. I'm not going to reach so that now I can get arm drag and 2-on-1 and things of that nature. I'm dropping low, connecting to the ankles and pulling the ankles out and up to set them on their back. Once I get them to their back, I'm going to pin their shins, pinning their knees to their chest. Okay? I'm not looking to control the ankles because she can really play with fast rotation. It's hard to get control of the ankles. And I'm not going high on the knees because if she extends her legs here, I just slide right off and fall into the guard. So I'm going kind of central on the shins and pinning. Now I'm going to choose a side. I like to go right hand inside the knee, left hand inside the hip, and I'm going to pin her knee to the mat. Okay, let's rotate a little bit. I'm going to pin her knee to the mat, open my elbow, and touch my head to her knee. If my head's high, she can roll her leg over the top and start doing high legs. If my head's against her knee, she tries that, and she can't bring her foot across. Okay, so now I'm going to start circling towards the pinned leg. All my weight is here. Okay, I'm circling towards the pinned leg here. And now what I want to do is transfer my head from her knee to her shoulder to keep her back flat. So I go here, right into the shoulder, and I'm looking to flatten her. Okay, now what she's going to want to do is make space and recover her knee-elbow space and try to get her legs around some part of my body, of course. She needs to play guard, right? My head's going to keep her flat. My hand's going to monitor her knee, and she's going to exhaust herself holding me up. I'm not going to hold myself up. I'm going to wear on them, okay? And even though I'm 170, 175, and this person may be 200, 220, if they're holding 175 pounds on them, moving, transferring weight constantly, it's exhausting, right? So after I get here, pinning the leg, and I put my forehead in the shoulder, and I pin them, she's pushing me here. She's trying to recover. She's keeping her frames. I'm going to keep moving. and adjusting, and she's just wearing out, exhausting, until finally I can drop my hip in front of that knee between her elbow and knee. And now once I get there, I like to slide my hips back a little bit to turn their knees, and then I can settle into my side control. I break them down to here. I get inside knee position and hip position, and I start to circle towards that knee, putting all my weight on her knee, and my forehead goes right inside the knee. Once I get here, now I'm going to transfer my head to her shoulder. She's going to be pushing me away, pushing me, trying to bring her knees and elbows together. And I'm just monitoring and putting weight and keeping her flat. There. And now I can drop my hip inside the knee, post, slide her knee away, and start covering for my side control. And just that little motion there is exhausting, right? When I'm here and she's above me, even though I'm bigger and stronger, and she puts all her weight on me and I'm trying to recover and trying to hold her up and she's moving with motion, at some point it gets really exhausting, right? And she's not doing much. She's just standing there effectively, taking little steps, just monitoring that knee, keeping all the weight on their body, keeping all the weight on their frames, right? I have my hips piked up so that they can't make good connection to my body. They can't get any good forms of guard, and they're constantly reaching with their legs, reaching with their frames, and it really exhausts them and makes extended limbs, right? After 20 seconds of this, maybe 20, 30 seconds, you see people start to falter and they accept it. They go, okay, I'm just gonna work pin escapes. They're gonna get to side control. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna escape from side control once they get there. You start to see this happen. And when I'm doing these motions, in my head, I think about it. I'm like, 10 more seconds and I'm gonna exhaust them. 15 more seconds, they're gonna be exhausted for sure. And I'll just wear it. I'll just wear on them. I don't rush that. If there's only 10 seconds left in a round, obviously I'm gonna change my thought process. If there's 2 minutes left in a round, I'll spend 30 whole seconds there, just wearing on them, making them think they're gonna recover, keeping myself kind of in that quasi-pass, not pass position, and just let them think they're gonna recover until they're exhausted. And then I'll finish the pass. Now I have a minute and a half to work on an exhausted partner, right? So this scenario is more conceptual. It's not super technical. It's just get to the side a little bit, get to a side position through a leg drag, a toreando, X pass, a cartwheel pass, a step through pass, a whatever. Get to a side on style position where you're no longer in the guard, you're kind of in a side guard scenario, and just put weight on them. Make them bear your weight. Put your forehead on their shoulder, pin them flat, and make them use those frames and exhaust them. Once they're exhausted, now you can pass. It doesn't matter really how heavy you are. You can be 150 pounds against a 200-pound person. Holding 150 pounds that's moving and transitioning is exhausting, right? So yeah, try that out. It's worked really, really well for me in my life, in my career in jiu-jitsu and in the training room. Let me know how it goes. Like, subscribe, throw a comment down in the comment section. Again, I'm Andrew. This is Aggie. We're over here at Nexus Jiu-Jitsu in Folsom. And yeah, go get some. It's getting big. Obviously? Obviously. Okay, let's